China's bottled water and beverage giant Nongfu Spring couldn't have imagined that disaster would come out of nowhere simply because the founder of one of its rivals, the Wahaha brand, recently passed away. Some netizens suddenly realized that Nongfu Spring's bottled water had a red cap which seemed like an intentional imitation of Japan's national flag. The audience might know that in the propaganda of the Chinese Communist Party, or CCP, Japan and the US are China's enemies. We only drink Wahaha, don't ask why.
Water. I only drink Wahaha.
You drink Nongfu Spring with your meals? How can you drink the water of a traitor? Don't drink this damn water from now on. Nongfu Spring tastes a bit sweet. Heck. I don't care about others. I will only drink Wahaha from now on. Who still drinks this water? In the future, we won't drink this kind of water. We only serve Wahaha when our clients are here.
Come on, grab a box. We have to unshelf this water. Why? They sell well. Why do you want to remove them? Remove them all. Remove them all. We only sell Wahaha in the future.
This Nongfu Spring tells a story of the farmer and the snake. Don't drink it. Replace it with something else and replace it with Wahaha.
This kind of water is only fitting to go down the drain.
Who's drinking this? I'm only picking up Wahaha bottles. This damn person, I only pick up Wahaha. I don't see who drank the Nongfu Spring, but if I saw it, I would have him eat the bottle too. You just saw clips of Chinese netizens cursing Nongfu Spring. Numerous short videos of boycotting the brand have appeared on China's social media platform Weibo. And on other social media platforms, many bloggers have also posted videos of dumping Nongfu Spring. Because of the current boycott movement, Nongfu Spring has lost about 4.2 billion in its stock value. Why can such a ridiculous accusation of a red bottle cap make such a big splash in China? And the online rhetoric quickly materialized into concrete actions, resulting in heavy losses for the company. What kind of force is behind it? In this episode, we explore this story. For a long time in the past, the position of China's richest man was rotated between Tencent's boss Ma Huateng and Ali's founder Jack Ma. However, on September 8, 2020, Nongfu Spring went public and raised 85.12% of its capital at the opening of the market. Its founder, Zhang Shanshan, reached a fortune of 400 billion Hong Kong dollars, surpassing both Jack Ma and Ma Huateng for the first time and becoming the new richest man in China. However, at the close of trading in the afternoon, Nongfu Spring's share price fell back from 39.8 to 33 Hong Kong dollars, and Zhang's fortune shrank, returning the title of the richest man to Ma Huateng. Zhang was then known as the half-hour richest man. On February 17, 2023, the Forbes billionaire list, which has a threshold of 100 billion, saw its first Chinese winner. With a fortune of 100.5 billion, Mr. Zhang came back into the limelight, surpassing Warren Buffett and Zuckerberg to rank 5th in the world. On October 24, 2023, the Hu Ren Research Institute released the 2023 Hu Ren 100 Rich list. According to the list, 69-year-old Zhang Shanshan, chairman of Nongfu Spring, became China's richest man for the third consecutive time with 450 billion yuan. His wealth has shrunk by about 100 billion yuan from its peak in 2023, but it didn't affect his status as the richest man, as several other Chinese internet giants have lost even more money. It's not unusual for China's tech companies to churn out many fortune-making tales. Before the crown of richest man fell on Mr. Zhang's head, most people had never heard of him. It never occurred to them that selling water could be so lucrative. Nongfu Spring was founded in 1996, and its first production base was built in Zhejiang province. The business quickly became a nationally recognized brand. On its website, it says that in 2019, Nongfu Spring ranked in the top 3 in the Chinese market in terms of market share in tea beverages, functional beverages, and juice beverages. We are detailing the story of how Mr. Zhang made his fortune because the story that follows has to do with a simple fact, the fact that he's too rich. The turning point for Nongfu Spring was on February 25, 2024, when one of his competitors, the founder of Wahaha, passed away. For a long time, Nongfu Spring has been the champion of bottled water in China, while Wahaha was losing its popularity. Data from a Chinese market research company shows that in 2021, Nongfu Spring's bottled water market share was as high as 26.5%, holding on to the top spot, while Wahaha's market share was 9.9%, coming in at 4th place. These two companies are different in ownership. Nongfu Spring is private. Mr. Zhang owns over 80% of the company's shares and is the majority shareholder. Wahaha Group's top shareholder is a state-owned company owning 46% of the shares. Wahaha's founder only owns 29.4% of the shares. In other words, Wahaha is essentially a state-owned enterprise, and the competition between the two enterprises isn't about competition between private enterprises, but rather between private and state-owned enterprises all along. There used to be a battle between the two businesses, that is, what kind of water is better, natural or purified. Nongfu Spring has more than 76 production bases, all of which are large bases, hundreds of acres in size. It has more than a dozen water sources that are of high quality standard.
里水就越好，越源头，越天然。从1996年铺设第一条水，总长约300公里，达1400米。
Water produced by Wahaha, however, is purified water, filtered from tap water and then sterilized and bottled. This is why Nongfu Spring is more expensive than Wahaha. Some of these high-end products have appeared on occasion when high-ranking government officials meet foreign guests. For example, this product from Nongfu Spring, which is displayed in front of party leader Xi Jinping, comes from the Changbai Mountains in northeastern China. Its water source is covered by snow and ice for up to 270 days, and the snow is as deep as 2 meters. In 2000, Nongfu Spring declared that scientific research had confirmed that long-term consumption of purified water wasn't good for health, and announced that it would stop producing purified water and instead produce all natural water. Wahaha, on the other hand, joined 6 large purified water companies in China to form an alliance to launch an accusation that Nongfu Spring's parent company was engaging in unfair competition. Finally, a number of official media published articles claiming that purified water shouldn't be consumed for a long period of time, and that natural water was the best. As a result of the controversy, natural water by Nongfu Spring became more popular. Wahaha's revenge moment came this year when its founder passed away on February 25, 2024. The Chinese media portrayed it as a national company with a heart for the family and the country. The public opinion was stirred up by the official media. Local retired teachers, Wahaha employees, and consumers from all over the country came out to express their condolences over the passing of the folk entrepreneur. Oddly, overnight, Nongfu Spring became a Japan-pandering company that's vilified by little pinks. Mr. Zhang was labeled as an ungrateful, fame-seeking capitalist. In China, people who are fervently patriotic or love the Communist Party are called little pink. Some netizens allege that Mr. Zhang made his first bucket of gold as a businessman 30 years ago by selling Wahaha's products. In a statement released on March 3rd, Mr. Zhang denied this, saying that the profits from the curtain company set up in the 1990s were his first bucket of gold. He also said in the presence of key leaders from Hangzhou that the founders of the two companies shook hands and made peace over the battle between natural and purified water. Another allegation against Nongfu Spring is Zhang's son. His son has American citizenship. A document released by Nongfu Spring at the request of the Hong Kong Stock Exchange shows that Zhang's son, the company's non-executive director, resides in Hangzhou but has a U.S. citizenship. At a time of tension between the U.S. and China, having U.S. citizenship has become a sin according to Little Pinkies. A blogger on Weibo wrote, "I'm only going to drink Wahaha from now on, and the thought of the son of the richest man, Zhang Shanshan, being an American makes me feel sick at heart." So there is a growing movement, a campaign to persecute people or businesses for unfounded crimes, or in this specific case, pandering to Japan. People are comparing what is happening to the Cultural Revolution. In one Chinese city, 2 7-Eleven convenience stores issued a notice stating that they would no longer sell Nongfu Spring products. The notices said that the stores can sell products from other countries, but will not sell products from Chinese companies that pander to Japan. However, 7-Eleven, a convenience store chain from Japan, told the media that this was a personal action by an employee and didn't represent the company's position. Some Chinese now examine all of Nongfu Spring's products with a magnifying glass to find signs of Japanese pandering. In addition to bottle caps that are said to resemble Japanese flags, more evidence has been identified, such as the following claims. The symbol of mountains and water is said to look like Mount Fuji of Japan. This singer's hairstyle is identical to that of a Japanese woman. This round flower is the same as the one on the banner of a Japanese temple. These tea drinks have an introductory text on the label saying that Japanese matcha comes from China. That won't do. How can a Japanese temple and banner appear on a Chinese drink? So now it seems that Nongfu Spring isn't just a business rival of Wahaha, but stands against the whole nation. On March 8th in Shenzhen, Guangdong, a convenience store owner encountered a little pink in her shop. The man provocatively accused the operator of selling Japanese stuff and being unpatriotic for offering Nongfu Spring products. He then took out his cell phone and started filming. I said, I am patriotic. You sell this Japanese stuff. I'm telling you, I despise you, okay?
What Japanese stuff? Tell me.
Nongfu Spring isn't it Japanese stuff?
How do I know? What does this have to do with me?
Your attitude is aggressive. I went into her store. I asked her if she still had Nongfu Spring. I was just asking normally. Have I been misunderstood?
You have the nerve to say you were asking normally. You were shouting at the door.
You go and call the police. That was the first thing she said.
I have surveillance. Thank you. I have full surveillance.
That's good. That's the best. The data showed that on February 26, Wahaha's sales amounted to RMB 500 to 750,000, and then soared on March 5th to RMB 7.5 million to 10 million, a more than tenfold growth. In the secondary market, many people are also committed to feverishly speculating Wahaha concept stock. Those who produce PET bottles for Wahaha provide equipment, the filling line, and other suppliers have been dug out. Wahaha's upstream and downstream businesses seem to have boarded the train of common prosperity. Here, at this year's 2 sessions, People's delegates from Zhejiang province replaced the Nongfu Spring products that they had been drinking for previous years with Wahaha. In stark contrast, the sales of Nongfu Spring and its stock price are miserable. Its share price fell 6.53% in the 8 days since March 1st, evaporating Hong Kong 32.6 billion in market value. On March 10th, sales of bottled water slumped about 22% compared with February 25th, 2024, before the public outcry erupted. Its ready-to-drink tea dropped 10%. In the midst of the turmoil, China's media, the Daily Economic News, reported on March 11th that Mr. Zhang had stepped down as legal representative of a subsidiary, Zhejiang Nongfu Industry. This is the 12th position he has resigned from since 2023 as a legal representative. Mr. Zhang made no comment on this change of legal representative. In a post on his WeChat circle of friends, Mr. Zhang mourned his mother, who had just passed away, saying, "My mother, who had no underlying illnesses but was worried about me because I was inexplicably cyberbullied, passed away on the afternoon of March 11th. I am deeply saddened." The emergence of the trend on the Chinese web where people go around attacking and hurling abuses has to do with the unhealthy phenomena of generating traffic. Traffic means revenue. China's official media have also published reports that seem to try to curb this trend, but to no avail. The reason why so-called patriotic behaviors such as boycotting the US and boycotting Japan have become buzzcodes for traffic is because the CCP regime condones or even encourages it. If the government really wants to stop it, it can easily suppress the online behaviors of little pinks. The Chinese media, when discussing the topic of Nongfu Spring, have blamed it on the competition between the two companies. But think about it, can an ordinary enterprise stir up so much steam in China? Not to mention this happened during the two sessions. On the surface, the top echelon of the CCP keeps on boosting the confidence of the private sector, advocating to assure private enterprises to make their businesses bigger and stronger. At such a sensitive time, the richest man in China ran into trouble. So, is it merely a coincidence? The attack on Nongfu Spring was carried out both online and offline in a nationwide coordinated manner. This is definitely not something that an ordinary person or even one powerful family of the CCP could have managed. Over the past few years in China, one industry after another have been bulldozed, knocked down, and purged by the CCP, such as high technology, supplementary education, and the gaming industry. Now that the consumption level has dropped, it's turned on bottled water. As pointed out earlier, unlike Wahaha, which is essentially a state-owned enterprise, Nongfu Spring is private. Zhang Shanshan is the absolute largest shareholder. It's only fair to say that an entrepreneur and tycoon of his size must have been on the radar for a long time. He is the new richest man in China. If we look at Jack Ma, who was once the richest man in China, it will help us understand what is happening now. The ideology of the CCP dictates that the state-owned enterprises and the state-owned economy are the mainstay, and the private sector is complementary. When the complementary part exceeds the mainstay, it'll be in trouble. So much so that the private sector in China says, "It is the lofty ideal of the CCP to destroy us and to support us in a temporary scheme when they have no choice." At a time when China's economy is so bad, supposedly it is the CCP bigwigs who have suddenly realized that one can make a fortune by selling water. Just how profitable is it? Just look at the Nongfu Springs prospectus. We'll know the gross profit margins of packaged water are all over 60%. It's more profitable than petroleum, easily. The production cost of drinking water, in addition to the initial water source survey, mineral resources premiums, and depreciation of machinery, is almost nothing. The more it produces, the less it costs. Mr. Zhang has his own ideas and rules of conduct. Would these have also brought him troubles?
你看，所有的企业家在前10年
Look, 10 years ago, basically any entrepreneur, 90% of entrepreneurs went to the real estate sector because that's where you can get rich overnight. Because of that sector, the assets of the workforce are transferred to some people through the means of the government. This bubble will bring considerable responsibility for the future of China's economy. Why didn't I do it? It's because I don't have the habit of flattery. So I don't like dealing with officials. I don't like drinking, so I can't do real estate.
我不喜欢喝酒，所以我做不成房地产。
There is a possibility that someone wanted to do a bit of maneuvering in the capital market through his company, which has a huge cash flow, only to be rejected by Mr. Zhang. Someone might have talked to him about whether we should allow them a stake in the company, or whether we should let a state-owned enterprise take a stake in the company, and then everyone would make money and get rich together, but the partnership didn't work out. We can observe the follow-up development. Mr. Zhang has now backed out of the company's legal entity, so let us see who the successor will be, and whether there will be any change in the shareholding of this company. The answer will likely present itself in a short time.
这个农夫山泉，妈的农夫与蛇，不喝，重新给我换其他的，换娃哈哈。